The first time anyone noticed, it was during assembly. The sun was sharp that morning, cutting long shadows across the cracked concrete courtyard. Students stood in neat rows, their shadows stretching like dark ribbons at their feet. All except one. Amani stood in the third row, hands folded, eyes on the flag. Beneath her shoes, nothing, no blur, no outline. Just bare ground, bright and unmarked. At first, people thought the light was wrong. Someone shifted her position, still nothing. A whisper rippled through the rows. Where's her shadow? Amani had known for a long time. She'd known since childhood, when she played outside and noticed she never stepped on her own darkness. At home, she avoided lamps, avoided questions. Her mother said some things were safest when unnamed. But school had a way of naming everything. By lunchtime, the rumor had grown teeth. Students tried tricks, holding notebooks over her head, pulling her into the shade of a tree, shining phone torches at her shoes. Shadows obeyed every light except her. Teachers noticed next. The science teacher frowned, adjusting his glasses. The principal called her into the office, where sunlight spilled across the floor like evidence. Stand there, he said gently. Amani did. The room fell quiet, no shadow. The following days were worse. Some students avoided her as if shadowlessness were contagious. Others followed her, curious, daring her to explain something she didn't understand herself. She began to feel lighter, thinner, like the world didn't fully accept her weight. One afternoon, after a long day of stares, Amani stayed behind in the classroom. The sun dipped low, painting the desks in gold. She sat alone and finally allowed herself to cry. A tear hit the floor, and there, faint but real, something dark flickered beneath her hand. She froze. As the sun slid lower, the darkness grew. A soft, uncertain shape, trembling like a shadow learning how to exist. Amani stood slowly. The shape followed, clumsy but loyal. Her shadow, it wasn't sharp like the others. It wavered, sometimes fading, sometimes returning, but it was hers. The next day, Amani walked into assembly again. The sun rose. Shadows stretched, and at her feet, a small, steady darkness stood with her. No one cheered, no bells rang. Most didn't even notice. But Amani did. She smiled not because she finally had a shadow, but because she understood why it had been missing. It had been waiting for her to stop hiding from the light.